Today's Manna 가스펠 라이프 철치 데니얼 킴 목사가 보내드리는 시간입니다.
Hello to the friends and family of KCBS. My name is Daniel and welcome to today's Manna. Life is unpredictable. Some days everything seems to be on track, and then suddenly a decision, a move, or a change throws everything off balance. It's during these moments that we often feel anxious. We try to plan every step, calculate every outcome, and control what we can, but life rarely follows our script. Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5 until 6 tells us the completely opposite approach. For us to trust God fully, even when we don't understand. Let's take a look at what the Word of God says in Proverbs chapter 3 from verse 5 until 6. It says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." I want to share with you a small and short story. A few years ago, a friend of mine had just graduated college. He dreamed a specific job for years, but it did not work out. The doors kept closing, interviews fell through, and he felt lost. One day, in the midst of discouragement, he decided to pray and trust God by saying, "Hey God, I don't know what's next, but I'll follow you wherever you lead." Within a couple weeks, unexpected opportunity appeared, one that he had not even considered. Not only was it a great job, but it also positioned him in a place to grow in ways that he had never imagined. The lesson here is for you to remember that sometimes God's path is invisible at first. But when we choose to fully trust Him, He can make a way even when we can't see it. The author says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Because trust is not casual. It's surrendering the part of life we desperately want to control. God does not ask for half-hearted trust, but He asks for all your heart. He then continues by saying, lean not on your own understanding. We see only part of the story because God sees everything. But our logic is limited, but His wisdom is infinite. He then says, in all your ways, submit to Him. Submission is active. It means walking with God in every single decision, not just the big ones. And He then says this, and He will make your paths straight. Straight does not mean always easy. It means guided. God aligns our steps toward His best, even if the path looks winding at first. I want to share with you some clear application steps that you and I can take away here during this time. First, I encourage you to acknowledge the unknown. Acknowledging the unknown means that you are called to admit what you don't know and give to God. And also, stop leaning on your own understanding. Ask God for your wisdom before making decisions. And lastly, follow where He leads. Small steps of obedience build trust for bigger ones. Even if the way feels unclear, God's presence is constant. Your steps don't need to be perfect. They need to be surrendered. This is why I think some of the things that you and I must remember is that sometimes we look at our life and we feel like we're actually walking in fog. We can't see the road ahead of us. And every step feels uncertain. But that's exactly when Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5 to 6 speaks the loudest, where he says, God is with you in the unknown. Trusting Him does not mean that you'll understand everything today, tomorrow, or even next year. Trusting Him means saying, I don't know what's next, but I know you're good, and you're good. Think back to the story of my friend. God's path often looks unexpected. The doors close, the plans change, and the timing does not match our expectations. But God's guidance is never wrong, and His plan is always good. So when uncertainty presses in, take a pause. Take a deep breath. Remember that God sees every twist, every turn, every hidden opportunity, and He is not distant. He's not wanting you to see if you would mess up, because He is already there. He is guiding, He's protecting and preparing you for what's next. Today, let's choose to surrender our fear of the unknown and take the next step in faith, confident that God will make our path straight, even when you and I can't see them.
지금까지 가스펠 라이프 철치의 데니얼 킴 목사였습니다. 성경이나 예수 그리스도에 관해서 더 알기를 원하시는 분은 시카고 기독교 방송 전화 847-583 영원 구원으로 연락 바랍니다.